My name is Vivian and today we're going to do another wine lesson and we're going to be learning about sparkling wines. And as you can see, I have we're being bougie today, but I have my ice bucket. Traditional method, champagne method, champenois method, method traditionnel. Those are just like the French ways of saying the same thing. Those are the old school way of making sparkling wine. So you really can't talk about sparkling wines without champagne. You probably have heard this. It is incorrect to call all sparkling wines champagne. Only wines from Champagne, the region in France that follow these strict guidelines, can be called a champagne. If it's made in champagne style, they'll say that. Champagne method, traditional method. Ooh, gotta make sure my setup is pretty. So in Champagne, France, there's only 3 grapes that are allowed to be grown. Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier. They'll make a still wine from these different grapes. And then what they'll do is blend them. They'll put it into another bottle, add sugar and yeast. The yeast starts to metabolize the sugars and alcohol and CO2, the bubbles, are created. The yeast cells are called lees. They'll age the wine on lees. So they have all these racks with the bottles held like this. So they'll by hand slowly turn these bottles and get all the dead yeast cells to the neck. And you're like, ew, dead yeast cells? But that really gives it that creaminess, that bready taste and smell, which champagne is known for. And then what they'll do, they'll freeze the neck where all the yeast cells are. So they'll pop that sucker out and then you'll have clear, nice, clean wine. And then the last step is, depending on the sweetness level, they'll add some wine and sugar to top off the bottle. You're probably wondering, like, why do they have like different dries? Like, why do they have just like regular dry and then like brut, which is like a different term of dry? It's like unrefined dry. Champagne back in the day was a little bit more sweet because they're kind of hiding some like funky stuff going on, because back in the day they just didn't have the technology to make it really refined and clean as it is now. And then as technology got better and that the champagne got clearer, then people wanted like drier and drier style. So then they're like, okay, let's call it extra dry. Oh, brut. Oh, extra brut. So that is how champagne is made, and also like traditional method style sparkling wines. Hold the top steady. Ooh, that was a whisper. Did you guys not hear that?